In the aftermath of France's recent European elections, where the far-right National Rally Party made significant gains, concerns have intensified regarding the safety and rights of LGBTQ individuals. President Emmanuel Macron's electoral setback to the National Rally Party has heightened fears that a potential far-right victory in the upcoming parliamentary elections could lead to discriminatory policies and an increase in hate crimes against the LGBTQ community. National Rally's resurgence was highlighted by its decisive victory in the European elections, capturing 31.5% of the vote, which far exceeded Macron's coalition. This victory was marred by a troubling incident in Paris, where supporters of Marine Le Pen's party allegedly assaulted a young man using homophobic and transphobic slurs, highlighting the brazen nature of hate-driven violence in the context of far-right ascendancy. The rise in such incidents has alarmed LGBTQ rights groups, who warn that the National Rally's potential rise to power could result in the reversal of existing protections and the normalization of discriminatory behavior. Julia Torlett, president of SOS Homophobia, said, "These two cases in Paris and Montpellier were particularly striking because there were direct references to the National Rally. The motivation was extremely clear." The implications extend beyond legislative changes, echoing concerns about societal attitudes and public safety. Edouard Juanot-Taylor from the Refugee Foundation, which shelters LGBTQ youth at risk, expressed concern over escalating hostility toward marginalized groups. The normalization of discriminatory rhetoric under far-right leadership could embolden violence in everyday settings, warned Juanot-Taylor. It is something that we have seen in other European countries. When far-right leaders come to power, they don't always display their homophobia or transphobia outright. But their supporters have no problem in doing so, said Juanot-Taylor. It frees up the energy of all those who oppose LGBTQ rights. That is what we are afraid of. Despite efforts by Marine Le Pen to soften the National Rally's stance on LGBTQ issues, including symbolic gestures towards inclusivity, her party's voting record remains contentious. National Rally has consistently opposed progressive measures in the European Parliament aimed at safeguarding LGBTQ rights, raising doubts about its commitment to equality despite cosmetic overtures. President Macron's decision to dissolve Parliament and call for snap elections has been seen as a strategic move to challenge the National Rally's credibility over the next 3 years. However, critics caution that such political gambits come at the expense of vulnerable minorities, who face heightened risks in an increasingly polarized electoral landscape.